1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, but it wouldn't be until 4 centuries later that another world-changing voyage would take place. It would be two brothers from Dayton, Ohio who would make the world's first heavier-than-air-powered flight, and they would do it utilizing this aircraft. The story of the world's first heavier-than-air powered flight doesn't start in the laboratories of a research university or scientific business, but instead it started there, in a bicycle shop in Dayton, Ohio around the late 1800s. Inside worked two brothers named Orville and Wilbur Wright, who had started their own fledgling bicycle business back in 1892. However, bikes weren't the only thing that occupied the brothers' time. The two were enthralled in the writings and publications of the early glider pilots of their day, one of them being a German engineer named Otto Lilienthal, known as the father of flight. Another aviation pioneer that the Wrights studied and even corresponded with was Octave Chanute, who would design a glider that would later be adapted by the brothers. And it would be this fascination of early flight that would lead Wilbur and Orville up into the sky. The Wright brothers' first venture up into the sky would take place in the year 1900 with their first glider. Now this glider was designed with both Lilienthal's airfoil and an earlier design from Octave Chanute, and the entire craft was controlled utilizing a wing warping technique. In 1901, to further their research and studies, the Wright brothers would build their own wind tunnel to test various wing and airfoil designs as well as teach themselves rudimentary aerodynamics. December 17, 1903 at 10:35 a.m. at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. That would be the place and time for the world's first heavier-than-air powered flight. The brothers would be helped along that morning with a 20-mile-an-hour headwind, and the Wright Flyer of 1903 was pretty much no different than the Wright Glider of 1902, except the Flyer was fitted with a 12-horsepower engine. That day, the brothers would make 4 total flights. The first one lasted 12 seconds and only went 120 feet, and the last flight, the longest of the 4, went 852 feet and lasted just under a minute. But no matter how short these flights actually were, it really didn't matter, because what the Wright brothers had just done was write themselves into the history books.